Aiboan. So today in our advanced level vocabulary lesson, we are going to focus on collocations, right? Alright, so what is a collocation, right? So collocation usually refers to 2 or 3 words which are commonly used together, right? So there is no, specific use of it, or there's no specific rule of it, but usually we use these words together, right? Now, why are they important for your IELTS exam? Well, the examiner will be judging you on this, and learning words this way is much more easier, as well as it's very effective, right? So if you learn words just isolated, sometimes it's difficult for you to learn the use of it, okay? But when you use chunks or phrases or collocations, it's much easier for you to understand the language. If you learn words on their own, you are sure to make mistakes when you get to use them in sentences or when they're used in speaking context. So always make sure that you understand the use of certain words. So try learning the language through not just vocabulary, just words, but also chunks and phrases and things like collocations. Right, so what are collocation patterns, right? Basically, you have different collocations. You have verbs and nouns. You have verbs and adverbs. You have adjectives and nouns. You have adverbs and adjectives. You have nouns and nouns, collocations with have or take, right? So there's a range of collocations that you could refer to. So, verb-noun collocations. The first one. It was his 21st birthday, so he decided to throw a party. Okay. Now, you have to think, what is the verb? What is the noun here? Okay. Throw a party. There you go. The student raised a question about the topic in the class. Raised question. There you go. The teacher paid him a compliment about his well-written IELTS essay. Now think about it, okay? She was late for work, so she made an excuse about the train being delayed. Again, what do you think the collocations are, okay? So, made an excuse, right? The government is giving priority to the issue of air quality in cities. Giving priority, okay? I made an appointment to see the dentist. Made an appointment. The student made an effort to improve his essay writing. Made an effort, okay? So you can see that usually you don't say give an effort, made an effort, okay? You would come across these kind of words put together, and those are called collocations. Verb, adverb collocations. The customer complained bitterly about the terrible service. So, how did the customer complain bitterly? So, complain bitterly would be your verb, adverb collocation. The guests were welcomed warmly when they arrived at the party. So, how were they welcomed? Warmly. There you go. She spoke loudly over the phone because the signal wasn't very good. So, how did she speak? She spoke loudly. So, there you go. He smiled proudly when he got his IELTS exam results. Smiled proudly. He apologized profusely after bumping into the man and spilling his drink. Apologized profusely. She is a very gentle person who speaks softly. Speaks softly. Right? So there you go. You have your verb, adverb collocations. Now you don't need much of my help because you should be able to identify the verbs and the adverbs in a sentence, because we've done parts of speech well before in our beginner grammar lessons, right? Adjective noun collocations. The boy shows a keen interest in going to university and becoming a doctor. Keen interest. We had a brief chat about our travel plans for next week. Brief chat. There was heavy snow overnight and the roads were all blocked. Heavy snow. I was given invaluable advice from the teacher about doing the reading test. Okay, so think about it. He suggested going to the beach. It was a fantastic idea, so we all decided to go. Fantastic idea, so think about it again, right? There is a strong possibility that the climate will get warmer over the next 2 decades. Again, think about what could be the adjective, what could be the noun there, right? So I've taught you a bit of it, right? Which means now you have a basic understanding. Okay, these words go together and these words that go together are called collocations, right? Then we have adverb, adjective collocations. I was utterly shocked by his bad behavior. Utterly shocked, okay? She was totally satisfied with her Band 8 IELTS score. Totally satisfied. It is incredibly stupid to drink and drive. Incredibly stupid, right? The weather is rather cold for this time of the year. Rather cold. The new laws about internet privacy are pretty worrying. Pretty worrying. I'm extremely interested in getting a Band 9 in IELTS. Extremely interested. Okay. So you have noun collocations here again. Okay. There was a ceasefire agreement by the rebel groups. Ceasefire agreement. I bought a loaf of bread and a can of Coke. Right. He bought a round of drinks for his friends. So it's not round of drinks, okay? Round can, it's not a round. So round of drinks, you should be able to understand round of drinks means just one time he brought them drinks. He got a round of applause after his performance. Again, round. It doesn't mean round, but basically just one time. Everyone just gave him a clap. They work in the service industry. Service industry. You need a building permit to build a house. Building permit. Okay. All right. So moving on. Collocations with have and take. Now there are some collocations that we use have and there are some collocations that we use take. Right. But the rule actually is that usually British words are popularly used with have. Have a bath, have a look, have a break. And in American English, we say take, right? Take a bath, take a vacation, take a look. Now, you can say have a bath, you can say take a bath. You can say have a look, take a look. Have fun, you can't say take fun, okay? Just because you have, it doesn't mean that you could use take for everything, right? Have a holiday, take a vacation. Have a haircut, have a shave, have something to eat. Have a tough time, have a drink, have lunch, have a rest. You could say, oh, take a rest. Have a seat, take a seat. Have a wash, have a nice day. You don't say take a nice day, right? Have a laugh. You don't say take a laugh. So, there are some words where you could use have and take either way. But that doesn't mean that you could use it for everything, right? So I just want you to understand that when I introduce you this, it doesn't mean that every phrase or collocation that has have could be replaced by take, okay? So this is just the understanding behind it, but then there are some collocations that you can't use take along with, right? Practice question 1. Complete the sentences with a prepositional phrase from the box, right? Now, I'd like you to do it on your own first. In addition to, in advance, in brief, in charge of, right? In addition to, itamatarava, right? In advance, before something. In brief, very short. In charge of taking your leadership, right? in common, in general, in the course of, right, in this specific time frame, right, in danger, in debt, in demand, in depth, in effect, in favor of, in flames, in the long run, in order of, in no time. So I want you to understand the context and see which prepositional phrases you could use, right? We can't go into a lot of detail now, but the issue will be covered during the next term. Okay, so we can't go into a lot of detail now. That means we're just doing the surface, but this will be covered next time more in depth. Okay, in depth. Blank, the 1950s and 60s, industrial output in Europe rose significantly. So what kind of word could come here? Curfews have been blank around the country for over 2 weeks. My sister was deeply and couldn't finance her monthly payments. The policemen were blank securing the crime scene and not letting anyone through. Okay, so I'd like you to try it on your own and then I'll put up the answers so you could tick and see how many you've got correct. Number 6 to 10, in times of crisis, gold is blank as a form of personal savings. The old building across the street went up blank after the bomb had exploded. Tickets for the performance must all be booked blank. The car is expensive to buy but blank. You will save a lot of money through better mileage. The children are lined up blank height. Right? Alright, so hopefully you finished it. Let's have a look at the next few sentences. Blank tests the government will also provide all elderly citizens with the appropriate medicine. The real estate agent promised us that our house would be sold at all. The two sides are not negotiating anymore, so the peace talks are blank of collapsing. A recent survey shows that most citizens are blank building a sports center near the motorway. The two teams have a lot blank. For example, they are both extremely well organized. As we do not have time for a full report, here are the results blank. All right, so here are the answers. The first one I did it with you in depth. In the course of the 1950s and 60s, industrial output in Europe rose significantly. So curfews have been in effect. My sister was deeply in debt. That means you have to pay a lot of money. The policemen were in charge of, they were taking the leadership. The times of crisis, gold is in demand. So when there is a lot of problems, people don't have money, then gold comes quite in handy. The old building across the street went up in flames. Up in flames means it burnt. Tickets for the performance must be all booked in advance. That means it has to be booked prior. The car is expensive, but in the long run. So short run means when you look at for about 1, 2, 3 months. Long run means when you're looking at a life ahead, maybe 1, 2, 3 years. The children are lined up in order of the height. In order means like you have A, B, C, D in the sequence. In addition to tests, that means apart from the tests. The real estate agent promised us that our house would be sold in no time. That means it won't take a lot of time. The two sides are not negotiating anymore, so peace talks are in danger of collapsing. In danger means there is some problem and it might not work out. In favor of means positive impact. In common, in general, in brief means in short. Okay, so there we have all our answers and hopefully you've got most of it correct. Okay, all right. Practice question 2. Complete the sentences with a prepositional phrase from the box again, right? Because of the stormy weather, many trains in the region are running how? Now here you have phrases. At risk means it's a problem. Behind schedule means you're not doing it according to your deadlines. So between the lines means if you kind of listen more carefully, not think out of the box, but think exactly what he's trying or she's trying to say, right? In advance, that means prior. In demand, that means people want it a lot. In theory means basically not practically, but theoretically. In the long run, again, when it's more like towards 1, 2, 3 years or more. On alert, that means you're sensitive, you're looking out for it. On and off, time to time. On display, just to look at. On second thoughts, no, not really, maybe I'll do it later. Second thoughts means it's not your first instinct, but maybe you think about it a little and you change your mind. Out of breath, being tired. Out of shape means that you are not in your exact way, right? You're out of shape, okay? Under arrest, that means the police have caught you. Under fire, again, is basically you're in a problem, or it could be fire as well, okay? With the naked eye means you don't wear glasses or anything, you look it through your normal eye, right? So because of the stormy weather, many trains in the region are running behind schedule. Okay, so we could use that word behind schedule. We were told by the travel agent to book, you could say in advance. Because the hotel is very popular among tourists, okay. I wanted to go to Spain over the extended weekend, but I think I'll stay at home. But on second thoughts. The young woman was blank for possessing a substantial amount of drugs. So the young woman was under arrest. They used to have blank relationship, but at the moment they're seeing each other quite often, on and off. So they used to have a time to time kind of relationship. But now they're quite together for some time, right? You cannot only see a few planets. To see the others, you need a telescope, right? You can only see a few planets with the naked eye. His plan seemed very good, blank, but it didn't work out the way we wanted it to. His plan seemed very good in theory. Right. The president put troops and military advisors in the region, blank, as a conflict seemed to be imminent. So on alert. Many tropical plants and animals are blank of becoming extinct over the next few decades. Many tropical plants and animals are at risk. If you read blank, you will clearly see what he means. If you read between the lines. Next one. I can't compete with you at the moment because I'm completely blank and need a few practice sessions, right? So I'm completely out of shape. Rembrandt's paintings were blank at the National Museum, were on display. Electric bikes are currently, and manufacturers cannot keep up their production, are currently in demand. You don't say on demand, you say in demand. She ran so quickly, she was completely blank when she arrived. She was completely out of breath. The lieutenant soldiers were blank, so he had to withdraw from the front line. Were under fire. It will take some time, but blank, all schools will be equipped with modern technology. It will take some time, but in the long run, all schools will be equipped with modern technology. Right, so there we are. We've completed all 16 questions, and now we move on into question number 3. Complete the sentences with the correct form of a verb from the left box and a corresponding noun from the right box, right? So you have to take one from here, the verb, and the noun from here and put it together. Do you say break divorce? Or do you say burst divorce, catch divorce, get divorced, give divorce, keep divorce? So you have to understand which two words go together hand in hand. When our daughter found out that our cat was missing, she blanked into and couldn't be stopped. Okay? She burst into tears. There you go. Burst and tears. Our boss is often angry and blank. He's blank when things go wrong. Okay? Angry and lose his temper. I would say our boss is often angry and loses his temper. If she never posts anything on her personal website, she blank the blank of alienating her fans, right? What do you think it is? Think about it, okay? I want you to do it on your own. Now I've done 2 already. Not everything happens on its own. Sometimes you have to blank and blank to get things done. Why don't you blank a blank? You've been working so hard recently. Okay. He has been preparing for the race for months. He wants to blank his own blank and be the best in the world. His car broke down, so I blank him a blank to the nearest garage. You have to use the correct tense, okay, and think about it before you complete the gaps. Politicians often think we should blank blank in order to get more money to spend. The new teacher didn't blank the headmaster's blank and was fired only 2 months on the job. The couple blank a blank only a few months after their wedding. Dad blank his blank and took me to Disneyland in the summer holidays. We blank a blank of the famous football player as we came down the stairs. Right? And here are your answers. Runs the risk, make an effort, take a break his own record, gave him a lift, raise taxes, meet the headmaster's expectations, got a divorce, kept his promise, caught a glimpse. So you'll have to think about the tense and then change the verb accordingly, as I told you, right? Let us have a look at practice question 4. Complete the sentences with a prepositional phrase from the box. Okay, so at the age of, that means at a particular age, at the latest, at the last or the most amount of time that you could give, right? Short notice, a very short time duration, at times in a particular time, by chance, accidentally, by far, right? By nature, naturally, by surprise, surprised, by far means the furthest, right? In a good mood, happy, in conclusion, summary, in detail, giving specific details. In fashion, that means trending. In no time, quickly. In public, that means when everyone is around. In vain means, in Sinhala we say aparade, right? So it's a waste. On fire, you know it by now. On leave, that means you're on a short holiday, right? Out of stock, no more goods, right? Under repair, that means under certain, not construction, but you're giving it some change, a repair. Under stress means having stress. So I'd like you to complete the answers on your own, right? He started composing his own symphonies at the age of 9. There you go. The first one, I'm doing it for you. Right, so there you are. I'd like you to read this on your own and answer the questions. I'm not blank today, so please leave me alone. Has anyone blank found my red fountain pen? I lost it yesterday. Shorter skirts were blank a few years ago, but they're not anymore today. Mum told me I had to be home by midnight blank. He was questioned blank, so don't believe everything he sees. So there you are. Okay. A few more sentences. I'm giving you time to do it on your own, and then I will put up the answers for you. And the last 4 sentences for you. Right? Okay, so hopefully you finished it by now. Let me write the answers for you. Okay? I'm not in a good mood today, so please leave me alone. Has anyone by chance found my red fountain pen? I lost it yesterday. Short skirts were in fashion a few years ago, but they are not anymore today. Mum told me I had to be home by midnight at the latest. At the latest. He was questioned under stress, so don't believe everything he says. Question number 7. By the time someone got to the scene of the accident, the car was on fire. I tried to convince her to take part in the course, but all my efforts were in vain. In conclusion, I don't think we should hire too many new workers. The headmaster cancelled the meeting at short notice. At short notice, because he had to be somewhere else. Mission Impossible is by far the best thriller that I have ever seen. I'm sorry, this item is out of stock. We'll try to get it by next month. He is on leave until the end of the year, so I'm afraid we won't be here for the planning stages. The main bridge of the city is still under repair. So you'll have to find another route across the river. The question took him by surprise. So he was struggling to find the right answer. Politicians sometimes make statements in public that they regret later. Alright, so moving on, you have 4 more questions, and now that we've done 16, I'm sure you'll be able to complete these 4. Okay? If you study really hard, your English will improve in no time. The new girl is shy blank, so you'll have to give her some time to loosen up. So she's shy by nature. I wrote out the instructions blank so she would know exactly what to do. I wrote the instructions in detail. Blank, I feel like leaving this country and moving somewhere else. At times. There you go. You have all your answers there, right? Okay, so we're moving on into question number 5. Complete the sentences with the correct verb form of a verb from the box. So do you have bring, catch, do, draw, or get? The negotiator was looking for a way to blank the 2 sides together. Was looking for a way to get the 2 sides together. He came into the room quietly so that he wouldn't get attention. The politician promised to change his community if he was elected. The politician promised to what? Bring change to his community if he was elected. While Mum was preparing meals, I helped her and did the laundry. So you have to think about the tense. You can't say do the laundry because while Mum was preparing, it was the past tense, okay? The actors blank the ideas of the director to life. The actors brought. We have to blank some more research before we can publish the results. We have to do some more research before we can actually publish the results. Right, question number 7. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. That means I didn't kind of quite hear you, right? Could you please tell me again? The mafia boss had his associates do everything for him, so he didn't have to get his hands dirty. I was sitting too close to the fire, so my newspaper caught fire. Blank your duty and arrest those muggers. Do your duty. The journalist revealed some exciting details and the crimes of the company to light and brought the crimes of the company to light. Even though I'm an adult, I still kick out of putting toys together. Even though I'm still an adult, I still get a kick out. Get a kick out means you kind of like it. Get a kick out of putting toys together. You can't behave like that. You must align between your private and professional life. You must draw. It doesn't mean draw a line means you draw a line, okay? But you have to have some kind of personal and professional life, okay? So it means like, say that I'm a person who puts all my private things. Oh, this is where I'm going. Oh, this is my kid, right? Oh, I'm having lunch here. Oh, I'm having dinner here. Oh, I'm going on a trip here, right? So that means you clearly cannot distinguish between your private and your professional life, okay? So what it says here is draw a line means have a good solid difference between what you put on social media or what you let other people know about your private life as well as your professional life, okay? You must wear something warmer or else you'll catch a cold. The 4-leaf clover I got from my girlfriend blanked me luck at the test. Brought me luck. When the robber tried to escape from the bank, the police were already waiting and caught him red-handed. If you don't start learning more, you'll blank badly in the test next week. You'll do badly. Arguing like this will blank us nowhere. Arguing like this will get us nowhere. We must start from the beginning. Okay? Alright, so let's look at our last practice question, which is practice question 6. Complete the phrases and collocations with a word from the box. Okay? There may be more than one correct answer. So you can say keep calm usually. Make a noise. Give a speech. Okay. Keep quiet. Take notes. Okay. Do business. Give a lecture. Get a degree. Do me a favor. So you can have a subject, okay? Do me a favor. Do her a favor. Take a shower. Have a shower. Take a seat. Okay. do harm, keep in mind, make the bed, get permission, make trouble, have no doubt, make money, you can say take money, make a promise, right? Your time, take your time, right? 28, do a job, or you can say get a job, keep a secret, take a decision, give him a chance, give her a chance, okay? Take breakfast, or you can say have breakfast, get lost, make a mistake, keep progress, or you can say make progress, keep a diary, take a break, have a chat with your friend, with your mother, get away, get rid of, give homework, get divorced, take responsibility, do an exercise, do an exam, take an exam, keep in touch, take a rest, take a chance, give her a lift, give him a lift, okay, have dinner, right? So take subject to a place. You can say take her home, right? Take her to the hotel, so take, okay? Take a picture. All right, so there we are. We've done the activities, okay? So I think now you have a good understanding of collocations, right? And this gives you an insight. If you don't know collocations, for you to go more in detail and look out for what collocations are, right? So as I told you, you have verb noun collocations, verb adverbs, adjective nouns, adverb adjectives, noun noun collocations, as well as have and take collocations, right? So with that, we've come to the end of this lesson where we had a look at collocations.